So second components of the structure of DNA is pentose sugar. Pentose sugar. So dear students, in DNA, pentose sugar is called as deoxyribose. Why it is called deoxyribose? Because one oxygen is left in their structures in second position. Know it, second position. Just like this, look like the structures. One, two, three, four, and 5. C, H2O, H. So this is the H, 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 OH and OH, H. So one this is 1 number, 2 number carbon atom, 3 number carbon atom, 4 number carbon atom, and this is the 5 number. So this is pentose sugar. Now we count the oxygen 1, 2, 3 and 4. So their molecular formula is C5H10O4, because due to lacking of one oxygen atom, it is called as deoxyribose sugar. And third component is phosphate ion. Phosphate ions. The structures of phosphate ions is P, this one. So this is structure this is third number components. So in this way concluded here, in the structures of DNA there are 3 components: nitrogenous bases, pentose sugar and phosphate molecules. Next we are going to talk about nucleosides and nucleotides. What is a nucleoside? First is nucleoside. Nucleoside means sugar and base. Sugar and base. For example, this is pentose sugar. H, 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 H and OH. H and CH2OH and nitrogenous bases N2 base. So this structure is combinedly called as nucleosides. Mean to say that sugar plus base is nucleoside. Clear? And if in 5 number positions, always remember this is 5 number position. 1 carbon atom, 2 carbon atom, 3 carbon atom, 4 carbon atom and 5 number carbon atom. So if we attached phosphate ion at the carbon number 5, carbon number 5 means this carbon H, O, P, O. So now this structure is called nucleotide. Now this structure is called as nucleotide. So nucleotide means sugar plus base plus phosphate Ion is equal to nucleotides. Nucleotide. So just you look this. So this is nucleotides. So nucleotide is just the monomer of DNA. So such kind of lot of nucleotides combined together to forms this long chain structures, and that's why this is called as polynucleotides. So two strands are anti-parallel in nature, so that's why that this is called as double helical structure. Double helical structures. So after that, we are going to talk about the salient features of DNA. The salient features of the double helical structures of DNA, and these structures you have to see also here. So first feature of is this structures means it's made up of two polynucleotide chains, where the backbone is constituted by sugar phosphate and base project inside. Second one is both strands. These two strands are anti-parallel. They have polarity, anti-parallel polarity. Just for examples, if the polarity of one strand is 5' to 3', so the other strand has 3 to 5' polarity. So these two strands are anti-parallel of each other. Third one is the bases in the two strands are paired through the hydrogen bonds, such as adenine to thymine have two hydrogen bonds between these two hydrogen bonds, and guanine to cytosine have three hydrogen bonds. Guanine to cytosine has three hydrogen bonds, and the hydrogen bonds represented by the dots. As a result, purines comes opposite to a pyrimidines. This generates approximately uniform distance between the two strands of the helix. For examples, just you look the double helical structures. And fourth one is two chains are coiled right hand fashion. Just you look, two chains are coiled right hand fashion, and the pitch of the helix is 3.4 nm, and there are roughly has 10 base pair. It is made up of 10 base pair, means 1 tons contain 10 base pairs of nucleotides and nitrogenous bases. So 10 base pair in each ton. Consequently, the distance between 1 ton, or the distance between a base pair to 0. A base pair, one base pair is 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nm. So between two base pair, one base pair 3.4 angstrom, and this the pitch of helix. This one is it has 10 base pair. If 3.4 angstrom into 10 is equal to 34 angstrom. So distance between 10 base pairs is 34 angstrom. So one is major groups, minor groups 12 angstrom, and major groups is 22 angstrom. So this is the dimensions of the DNA, and between two strands the width of 20 angstrom. So these all measurements of DNA is too much important about every point of view. So next one is the fifth number, the plane of one base pair. Just to look, the plane of one base pair stops in addition to hydrogen bonds. stocks to in addition to hydrogen bonds. Stocks in addition to hydrogen bonds confers the stability of this helical structure. This helical structures. For examples, adenine to thymine two hydrogen bonds and guanine to cytosine three hydrogen bonds. So after this arrangement, it provide extra stability of the this double helical structures. So now we are going to talk about Irwin-Chargaff rules. Irwin Chargaff posed the only two rules. First rule is in any double-stranded DNA. First rule is in any double-stranded DNA, the number of guanine units equal to number of cytosine units, and again number of guanine units equal to cytosine units. Other hand, the number of adenine units always equal to thymine units. So this is the first rule of Chargaff. Second rule, only two rules proposed by the Irwin Chargaff, so that's why these rules named after his name, Chargaff rules. The composition of DNA. Second rule, the composition of DNA is varies from one species to another. This is the second rule. So one species to another. For examples,